Welcome. You're tuned in to the podcast that celebrates the incredible individuals who are shaping our communities and making a positive impact. This is Who's in the Mix, and I'm your host, Krista Hunt. And I'm
all right, we have Miss Janell here and Crystal Madden. Yes, and Miss Janell Burton here on Who's in the Mix. Yes, I'm so happy to have you guys here. Oh my God. Before we go into it, let me have you guys tell us a little bit about yourself. Start with Janell. Go ahead.
Well, I am Janell, and I am phenomenally me. I am a daughter, a mother. I am a wife and a friend, and so many others. I think with women, we wear a lot of hats. Well, men too, but as women, we wear a lot of hats, but that's me. Proud to be me.
Lovely, yes. And you, Miss Crystal?
Hello, I am Crystal. I am a wife. I am a mother of 2 boys that I actually like, and right now. And I am an employee as well as an entrepreneur, and I am just being phenomenally me. And realizing that I am enough just by myself.
Well, I noticed that you both mentioned phenomenal. And that's what this show is about. It's about, you guys are doing some big things out there in the Kern County community, spreading the phenomenal woman. Yes, it started what year did it start?
Oh, it's 6 years ago. There was a break in between during COVID when we were going through the pandemic, but it all started because I was at a baseball game with my bonus son, and I was speaking to another parent, and she was talking about, have you seen this Phenomenal Woman campaign? And I said, no. So then week after week we would talk about it. And then, so I looked it up, and then I saw it on TV. No, social media. I saw it on social media, and the women were wearing Phenomenal Women shirts. And basically the campaign was about promoting women who were phenomenal. And there were entertainers, celebrities, and athletes that were promoting being a phenomenal woman. And I said, that would be cool if we had something like that in the community. We just come together to celebrate all of our wins and just celebrate each other. Just come together, take a picture, and just get to know each other. And from that, it grew.
Yeah. Now, Crystal, were you there at the first one? I remember the first one, right?
No,
yes.
But year 3, I was able to make it. That was at the Fireman's Hall, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been friends forever. So if I'm in town and my friends have something, I'm going to attend.
Right. Yeah, speaking of friends, when I see you two, you remind me of basketball players. Do you guys play basketball? Have you played basketball in your youth?
We did.
You guys remind me of like the Twin Tower, you know, the Houston players, you know. I can see you guys on the court just hand in hand, and you say you've been like best friends for a long time.
Uh-huh.
That's actually how we met, through basketball.
Through basketball?
Yeah. Well, like really, really met. But our families have been close or whatever for like many years, and then we went to preschool together, actually. Yep. And then we reconnected back for basketball in the high school. We played together on club team and as well as in high school.
Wow. What high school is this?
South High.
You know. Can you tell who?
It was Rebels. Back then it was Rebels.
Yeah, now they're the Spartans.
The Spartan stuff.
Can you tell who was the most aggressive one? Was it me or was it her?
Oh, I say you guys are tied. Yeah. You guys look competitive equally. No, not at all. No. Well, who was? Tell.
I was the aggressive one.
You were the aggressive one. Okay.
I'm more, be nice, be kind. It's okay.
Yeah, she was the kindest.
All right. So you guys go way back. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Well, so Phenomenal Woman. Yeah, so you guys came together. You've been friends all these years, and then Phenomenal Woman. This is a project that you both are working on together, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so how did that come about?
So Janell came to me during 2020. Her and I just did a lot of talking. We were kind of at home. So we just started getting together and just brainstorming on different things, like what is it we want to do? So we both started talking about life coaching. We're actually riding bikes. We were riding around the cities of Bakersfield. We're trying to see how many miles we could get in. We're bored, okay? And so we started talking about life coaching. Well, let me take it back a little bit. Janell and I went through the master's program together to be educational counselors.
Well, no, wait, you tricked me. Because at first, I wanted to be an MFT. I thought I wanted to be a marriage and family therapist. So I come to the orientation, and I went, and it was educational counseling, right?
Yeah. She continued on with the education side of it. She decided to go into education. And then I continued on my career path that I was on. So we both had that background in counseling. And so we was researching and came up with life coaching. I'm like, that sounds really interesting. So I talked to Janell about it. And so I'm like, well, just take it with me. I don't want to do it by myself. And so we both ended up taking different programs, but we both ended up becoming life coaches. So from there, she said, hey, do you want to partner with me, just to do the Phenomenal Woman? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's really small. I could do that because I don't like doing events, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do that. And then Janell has a lot of bright ideas, a lot of them. And she's like, oh, we could do this and this and this. And I'm like, this sounds like a whole event. This is what this is sounding like.
Thank you for saying bright ideas. Sometimes you don't say bright ideas.
I was being kind.
Thank you.
So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So we just started let's do this. Well, let's do that. And we started putting it together. And then it just started manifesting. And I'm going to say it was God working through us because I just don't normally have ideas like that or even want to do things like that. But it was something that I just kept feeling led to do, okay, yeah, let's do this. And then once tickets went on sale, and the numbers, people just started buying them, and we're like, wait, it's going to be a lot of people here. What are we doing again? Yeah. Right? So we really had to get it together. And it was a big learning our first year. But I think it was an amazing first year. Mm-hmm. One that made me say, okay, let's do this again next year.
And what we were also surprised at is people want and need something. I mean, we all want and need something, but people enjoy being in community with other women from different backgrounds and different areas in their life, or different industries or different ages. They came back or texting us or calling us wanting more. Like, when are you guys going to do the next event? Or we enjoyed it. Thank you for doing this. Or even we had grandmothers bringing their grandchildren, and still to this day. We have one grandmother that goes out of town to go get her granddaughters and brings them to the event. Yeah. So we're so blessed.
Yeah, when you say grandmothers bringing their, the grandkids, that reminds me, as you know, I've been photographing the Phenomenal Woman for a few years now.
Yeah, that's purposeful.
Yes, and the one picture I remember is your mother holding her grandchild at one of the Phenomenal events. Yes, and that was just like a newborn there. So that was a special moment. But yes, your Phenomenal Woman event has brought together, all generations together. Yeah, so going back to your ideas, what was it that inspired you?
I have always been like a dreamer or thinking everything can happen, or, my ideas, some of them are crazy and outlandish, but some of them stick. And this one stuck, and it was purposeful, and I think it was well needed in the community and in women in general. And I grew up as kind of like a tomboy because I have a twin brother. So, and I always did sports. I really wasn't a girly girl. And I just didn't think I would ever be like that girl's girl or that sisterhood, of women, or I didn't ever think I would be like that. But once I think more I was looking at the stereotype or what I saw, what sisterhood was, or what I portrayed it to be, or what others portrayed it to be, and it took on a different meaning for me. But once I started to really understand what it really was to me and my perspective, I thought it was powerful to bring women together to celebrate each other and be around each other and learn from each other. So.
What's your definition? Let's start off with, what's your definition of a phenomenal woman?
Well, that's a good one. My definition would be someone who is really true to themselves, someone who is trying to become every single day, someone who wants to help others, someone who has a growth set mind. They're just really trying to be the best person that they can be day in and day out, whatever that looks like for them. I think that's a phenomenal woman.
So the definition for me, and it again for me, I think it is a woman who, or a young lady or a girl who is striving, again, to be their best self, but also how they come out through challenges. So challenges help us grow, and I think once they come out through the other side and they see where they came from and how they learn from it or how they're growing from it, I think that's a phenomenal woman. It's just learning from the adversities every day, and you become stronger and better, and you become wiser. So that's what I think a phenomenal woman is.
Yes, and we've all been through a little bit of something, haven't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Some more than others, but yep.
Well, what makes you phenomenal, Crystal?
What makes me phenomenal, I would say definitely is just my growth over the years. I feel like I have grown a lot in my patience, in things that are important, focusing on the things that are important in my life. Really just being a person that people can come to. I love that I have a spirit that draws people to me, and that they feel comfortable enough to talk to me or to be in my space. I like that I'm not judgy, and that I do my best to present like a calm during like people's storms. I try to be as transparent as I can to help other ladies, young girls, to see that sometimes your story starts off one way, it hits some obstacles in there, but if you really just keep going, that you can really be whatever you want to be. And if I can just keep portraying that to others that are looking at me, I think that's just my phenomenal.
Beautiful. Miss Janell, how about you? What makes you phenomenal?
What makes me phenomenal is just my uniqueness. I know everyone is unique, but I have a very kind heart. I think just learning every day and growing through what I've gone through helps me become phenomenal. I'm the type of person, you've heard this before, but give you the shirt off my back, but I will sit with people. I don't care what your background is, who you are, whatever. I just feel like I have that humble and connecting spirit with people, and I just love people and connecting with people, period, no matter who they are. Through all of the challenges and everything in life, just me wanting to be better and becoming better helps me become that phenomenal woman. And I think everyone has that within them, rather than staying stagnant and wanting to grow. I think that helps women become more phenomenal in their own rights.
I think your answers touch a lot of women, because they feel connected, right? To your answers, because I think every woman can relate to what you just said. Yes, and they're looking for answers, and yes, and they want to grow, right? And this event does just that. I mean, tell us a little bit about the event. How does it do that? I mean, I know how it does it. I've seen it with my own eyes and felt the warmth in the building and felt the connection, the unity, the love, the sisterhood. But I don't want to say everything. I'll let you guys tell me. What do you get back? What type of energy do you receive when you're at this event, the Phenomenal Woman event?
Usually it's always a positive energy in the building. Each year after year, it's always a positive energy, which makes us feel good and hypes us up before we go up to present or whatever we're going to do. But really, what it makes it special is we have women from the community that may not have titles or that may not, people may not know who they are. And we get to shine a light on them and spotlight them, and they can tell their story. And a lot of the women that come to our events or our panelists are vulnerable and share their own personal stories and testimonies, which connects to the attendees, and to let them know, other women, that I'm not, hey, she went through this, I went through this, like, I can make it. And there's different people with different backgrounds, different experiences that can share in the same type of space and know that they can become better.
For me, it's the people that walk through the door, right? When they come in, I think they already come with this mindset of, ooh, what is it going to be? Like, I'm open to this. So they come in and they bring the energy, Like, that's where it starts first. Then it goes to our panelists, who are, first of all, excited that they were asked to be panelists, and they're ready to give and to share with the people that we have in the audience. We have been really purposeful, as Janell has said, in choosing who they are, because not always do we get a seat at the table. And we have lots of amazing people in Bakersfield, women and young girls that are doing great things, but sometimes they just don't get that seat there. So we want them to have that, because I think if you get it, you can go and you can grow. Once you realize that, oh, someone else sees me as great, and then you're like, oh, now I really want to do even more. I know that's how it is for me. So being able to provide that space for people to come and do that, to me, is amazing. One of our panelists last year had spoke with us and was telling us that, look how blessed you guys are. You're able to draw in over 200 women, and you don't even have a quote-unquote big namer. Like, you don't even have anyone that's drawing people in. You just have ladies coming. And what an honor. Like, that's huge, because, I mean, we're great, but I'm just Crystal and she's just Janell, right? And so to be able to do that year in, every year, that is what that lights my spirit inside. That makes me want to do more and to stay up later at night and to do more Zoom calls back and forth to try and make the program even better.
And you're right. You're bringing hundreds of women into this event. What is that you think brings women to this event, in your opinion?
We as women, we always want to be around other women. That is just how we are created. And we love a space to where I can hear your story, and so that I realize that I'm really not that different, right? Because sometimes I'm going through something and I'm like, it just must only be me. Must be me. And then God forbid you get on social media. They will let you know that you're the only one not thriving, right? It's that fake news. But when you get in a space and as women, you get to see someone doing something that maybe you want to do, or someone that's been through a challenge that you've been through, and you get to see them coming through it or working through it, and then you get a voice. Like, we give our audience a voice. We give them opportunity to ask the panel questions, and I think that's huge for people. The networking piece is amazing as well, having you around like-minded people. But I believe that we as women always desire for growth. We always want that. And unfortunately, I haven't really seen that around here. And I think by that, us bringing it here and making it to where it's like a judge-free zone, like you don't have to, you just can come and you wear whatever you want to wear. We're going to give you a cute little shirt, and you can wear whatever you want to wear and feel free to be you. You can bring your daughters, you can bring your sisters, and it's affordable. So with all of those things together, I think that's what draws people in. They're like, ooh, FOMO, I don't want to miss out, fear of missing out. So I think that's what brings us together.
And a sense of community. Yeah, a sense of community is also so important. When attendees are sitting there, or even when we're sitting there and we hear the stories or the different things that people are sharing, it makes them maybe reflect back on their own lives or their own situations. It may not be something exactly what they said, but something, it made the wheels start turning in their head, something triggering in them like, okay, I think I want to do this different, or, move this way, or just even maybe just a career change, or working out, or just being better for themselves or for others or for their families or whatever. But I think it brings a sense of community that the Phenomenal Woman event brings.
Yeah, so tell me about this company. What is it and how did it start?
Well, Crystal and I both have our own life coaching businesses. Crystal's is more active than mine at this moment in time. But Becoming Phenomenally You came about because my inspiration is Maya Angelou, and hers is Michelle Obama. So, with Michelle Obama, she had a book called Becoming. And Crystal's reasoning in Becoming is...
I just really love Michelle Obama. I love everything that she stands for. She is someone that I strive to be like. Just the way that her caring personality, her giving, the way she wants to bring others up alongside of her. She's not afraid to take a chance on people. And just the way she carries herself with such grace is what I strive to be. And in reading her book, I love the idea of just becoming. Like, we never become. We're always in that state, that action state of becoming. So for me, when I was naming my life coaching company, I knew that I wanted people that I was working with to just always be in that state of becoming. So I named my business Becoming You, which and then turned Janell and her business.
My personal business is Phenomenal Futures. Whether that is the next moment, the next day, the next month, the next year, or when we go to heaven. We have a phenomenal future.
So we combine the two. And
that part.
Yes,
that's where we're.
We combine the two, and we mesh them together, and it created Becoming Phenomenally You.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So we have the background of how it all started, and so what are your goals for your company for the next year, 5 years? Where do you see yourselves at?
Well, next up, we are looking at hosting a couple of workshops within the next year or year and a half, and we don't know how often, when, but we are looking at hosting workshops. We think as women are coming to the event, they don't want to wait another year to get something. They want something throughout the year to help them become better, quicker, right?
Becoming phenomenally you, right?
Yes,
Correct.
becoming, yes.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So we started the year off on New Year's Day with Set Your Intentions. So we started it off good, and we were really blessed to have approximately, 40 people in attendance?
Mm-hmm,
it was a
40.
Zoom, and people were able to come and set your intentions, and so we were thankful for that. And so after this Phenomenal Woman event, we want to definitely hold workshops. We're going to be seeking out and putting things out on social media about holding small workshops and just seeing where that goes. So.
Wow.
This event is for all women in the community. It's for every woman. We all go through the same things. Some of us have different struggles. Some of us have the same struggles. But it's for all women in the community, and we want the community to know that.
Everyone is included into this. So, yes. So please know out there, yes, this is for every woman, phenomenal woman.
You go to a resort, all-inclusive, that's us.
It is. It really is.
It's just like
and then
that.
sometimes you don't want to eat at the salad bar. You want to go over here and have the dessert or whatever. Just what it is. I had to throw in the sweets. You see that?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we asked. I know I've heard you say who inspired you. So who is your phenomenal woman from each one of you?
So I'll give two. I'll give one being Michelle Obama, who I have never met, of course. And I did share a little bit about why I think she's phenomenal. I think just really watching her over the time that she spent in the White House, but also reading her books. I think she's really vulnerable in those books. And she's just a regular girl and who ended up marrying a man who had a dream of being the president. That wasn't her dream, but she followed her husband. She trusted him to guide their family. And instead of fighting it, she embraced it. And she said, how can I still be who I am, being with someone who is so powerful? And sometimes as women, we are with someone who is powerful, whether it's in the community, whether it's worldwide. And how do you keep yourself in all that? How do you stay true to who you are and raise your family and hold your values and your morals? And I think that she struggles, which she shared, but how she just continued to overcome it. And she just kept doing it and kept doing it. And she had those days where she cried, and she had the days where she didn't like him, and she had the days that she didn't like being there. But she just was so, she just really dug inside of herself, I believe, and continued to realize what the goal was. And so I respect that in her. I see those things in myself, and that's why I can align with her, because I like the way she faced every challenge and obstacle. She also created herself a community. Like, she tells you, like, go find the people that you need, right? You don't always just have to stay within your little box. Like, seek out people that you want in your circle. And, sometimes we're like, well, I don't know if I should let them in. They'll tell you. They will show you. They will show you whether they deserve to be there or not. But trust yourself to pick good people. And I think in really knowing yourself, then you start to pick out people who align with where you want to go and who you want to be. So that's one of the reasons why I really like her. My second phenomenal woman, I would definitely say it would have to be my mom. My mother, she had me later it's not even later in life now because people have kids at 40. But back then, it was later in life. She was 35. And just the way that I've always seen her carry herself, just with grace. She was always a person that people would tell her things and she would never share their information. Never messy, never petty on things, always just a place where people could come and feel safe. She made everybody feel like they were her favorite. Like every grandkid thinks they're her favorite. Every child thinks that. We know that I am, but everyone else believes that. And so just that, and just the way that, all the way up until she passed, she worked. She was 78 and never complained. Just did not complain about things. Just was like, this is what life gave me. Okay, here I'm going to go with it. And just the things that she left me with. And the funny thing is, all the things that, I'm used to say, I'm never going to do that. Oh, gosh, I find myself doing them. And I'm like, no. But, they're not bad things. It's just that I see myself maturing and growing into what she actually had set for my life. And which was just to be happy, to be great, and to just really take care of those people around you. So.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. What about you, Ms. Janell?
There are so many phenomenal women that I admire who are in my life or who have influenced who I am. One of them is my mother as well. My mother, so me growing up, I was a preacher's kid and she was a first lady. And same thing with Crystal. There's so many things that you cannot share being a first lady, or you don't have a ton of people who you can turn to or, to go to, because people trust you with that information and trust you to be who you are or to be that first lady or uphold that face or whatever it is. And also raising twins. I know raising a lot of kids is a lot, but twins, that's a lot. And I just admire her for her strength and for her beauty and for everything of who she is, being her phenomenal self. Someone else, of course, is Maya Angelou. Through everything, her struggles and everything that she went through and her trauma, she still was phenomenal. She was able to go out and help many women nationwide, worldwide, with who she was and sharing her stories and her wisdom with others. So I admire her. And there's so many other women in this community and beyond that I look at through my personal development or different coaches or different women in ministry that I admire. So there are so many and too many to name, but I am influenced from different people who are out there doing wonderful things and becoming better, helping me become better.
You mentioned about your workshops. Wow, how exciting. Tell us about these workshops. I can't wait to hear about them. Where can people find these workshops?
We'll be utilizing social media. There'll be small workshops, and there will be different topics that we will be offering. And we don't know exactly what it's going to look like just yet, but it's something that we will be putting together and just starting off and seeing how it goes. And if everyone loves it, we'll do more. If they don't, we'll revamp it and do more because it's needed. So we're not going to quit on it. We were put here for a reason, and we're going to do that. So, yeah.
I'm just going to toot Crystal and I's own horn for a minute because why am I getting emotional? Okay. We are both career women, and we both have husbands who have careers. And I think that it's important for people to know that just because you have a career, you can go out and branch and do other things that you're passionate about. We're busy every day with practices, other organizations and things like that, and volunteering our time in the community. But I think it's important that you connect to something that you're passionate about and do whatever it takes in order to get there. Crystal and I struggle with connecting on our times are just different. Our schedules are different, but we make it work because we know it's important and it's purposeful and it helps others grow. It helps us grow and it helps others grow. So I think that's important for people to know. Don't just go to your 8 to 5 or your 9 to 5 or whatever job you have. Go reach out for your passion. If your 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 is not your passion, you're worth it.
There you go. There's a message right for you. Yes. You can say that again right into the camera.
You are worth it. And what else? You are enough.
There it is. There it is. We need you all to hear that. Yes, you are worth it. So let's talk about the Phenomenal Woman event coming up. And how can these women get tickets to go?
Okay, so the Phenomenal Woman event this year is being held at Cal State Bakersfield and the Dory Theater. It's going to be March 17th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. Tickets will be going on sale tomorrow. So you want to get your ticket early. Please don't wait to the last minute, because there were so many people last year that we had to turn away and we felt horrible. So please, please, please get your tickets early. Lock that date in on your calendar. You don't want to miss it. It's just going to be too much fun. I mean, I don't know. You get to hang out with me and Janell. Okay, so if that's not enough, there's going to be other people there as well. So come join us.
And we've listened to all the attendees in the past, so this year we're going to have breakout sessions for women to attend. And it'll be a surprise to you all, or maybe not. We'll see. We haven't decided if we're going to release the information yet, but we are going to have breakout sessions, so you're not just sitting the whole time. Because, in the Dory Theater, it's like theater seating, but we want to engage attendees in our event.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be posting on Eventbrite, so we'll share it through our social media sites, and we would appreciate it if other people would share that so everyone can get a chance to attend.
Yes. Okay, and then we'll place the link in the bottom of the description so people can click on that if the tickets haven't already sold out by then. Right. So you guys are just that awesome. This event, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, right? It started off with how many people that first year?
Oh, gosh. Maybe 30, 40 women, and then the year after there's rain on that day, and it was a little different format. But then after that, it was 100 and something, and then 2 years ago was 200, and then last year was 200 plus 250 plus. I don't remember, but each year it's growing. We're gonna have to find different venues each year, which is a blessing. It's hard to find around, that's affordable, but we got this.
Yeah. And also, we can't release the names yet, but we have been blessed the last couple of years with sponsors. Mm-hmm. We've been really thankful. Last year we had some sponsors. We had James Burton Insurance. We had Exquisite Curves. Mm-hmm. We had
Valley Strong is another sponsor. Year after year, they help us out.
We had Valley Strong. We had Tone Ranch donate some baskets. We had Kern Health Systems. And we have even more this year. So we've been really thankful to have those sponsors because they help us keep the tickets down low. Mm-hmm. Because we give you shirts, we feed you, we give you swag bags. That stuff is not cheap.
Right.
And our goal is to try to keep the prices down and not have to go into our pocket. Mm-hmm. So we've been really blessed to have some sponsors this year to help us aid in keeping those tickets down so that whoever wants to come can attend.
Right.
And we've also had some people in the community donate tickets. So we've been able to get our youth into our program or into the event as well. So we thank you, community, for helping us make this an affordable event that everyone can come to.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, who is this event for? Who do you want to reach out to with this event for Phenomenal Woman?
This event is for all women and all young ladies in the community starting at age 13 till whenever, 100 plus. It's for all. I think every person, every age bracket from 13 and up can get something and walk away with something that you've learned, that you grasp, that you're going to maybe change in habit or a new way of living or something they're going to walk away with.
This for everyone. wherever you are at in your life, whether you're trying to find yourself, whether you are a new mother, whether you are a student, whether you are a grandmother, whether you're retired, whether you're starting a career, whether you're rebranding yourself. Wherever you are in your stages of life, this is for you. You will be able to walk away with something. You will be able to share something with someone else. We want you to come in. We want you to leave full. I want you to walk out of there with so much inside of you that it is just bubbling over to go and share with everyone you walk by or anyone you're in contact with. So it's for anyone who just wants to be around other women who want to smile, who want to laugh, who want to cry sometimes. Just come and bring all of you, whatever it looks like. It's for you. It is for you and you and you and you. It's for all of you. So come and bring yourself. I guarantee you will not leave empty at all. The theme for this year is vision. And that's all I'm going to give you, but it's vision. And when you leave, you will leave seeing 2020. Vision.
A phenomenal woman with a vision.
Yes. Love it. Wow. Okay. So there it is. There's a theme, vision. So if you're looking for a vision, you have, there's some blurriness going on. You're not clear on what the next week is going to look like, what your future is going to look like. Then you can clear some things up at this event, right?
I like that. Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. Good. So, what can the teenage girls expect from Phenomenal Woman this year?
I would say expect to come and be nurtured. Expect to come and be around women who want the best for you. Expect to come and find possibly a mentor. Expect to come and see excellence, to hear stories, and to just be able to be themselves. We want them to have that same space where they can be whoever they are. They get to have a voice. They get to ask questions. They get to talk with us. If they need help on whatever, we give them that opportunity to ask for whether at the event or after the event. They will have that access to women who they are hopefully aspiring to be. One group I would love to focus on are our 20-year-old group.
Absolutely,
our
yes.
young people. Up until about 18, your parents still have a little influence on whether you come to the event, right? But once you get in that 19 to 29-year-old range, that's where we have our lowest attendance, in that range. And I understand because I was there. And I wasn't looking for self-development. I thought I knew it all, or I was trying to find my own way. But I really, for those out there that have someone in that age group, really encourage them to come, because that is a growing period in life to where you need a lot of guidance and a lot of help, but you don't even realize that you need it. And I think that had I had this when I was in that age group, I would be so much further. Yeah. But we didn't have anything like this that exists. I didn't even know anything about it. It wasn't the places that I was at. But I think if we are able to get them now, they are going to be game changers in the world. They're going to be so much more prepared than we were, because they get this at such a young age.
Right.
And it's through that college life. It's through that early relationship life. It's through trying to find a career path. But bring them. They will benefit so much from being around older ladies who can feed into them and possibly mentor them through this growing period, because that's what it is, just a growing period.
It really is. Since you said growing period, I'm going to connect the science to that, because the brain doesn't stop developing when they're 18. It keeps on going all the way through their 20s. So while their brain is developing and they're starting to learn things and go on their own journey, I think it's important that they get some nurturing and some positivity from other women who have gone through their journey and still continuing through their journey, and just learn and just get so much from us.
Yeah, so tell us how they can get in touch with each one of you.
So you can reach us by our email. It is actually Becoming Phenomenally You. I know you may have to spell check it, but it's okay. BecomingPhenomenallyou@gmail.com.
Anything else you want to say to the women out there?
Your journey does not stop. Always become phenomenally you. Every day, whenever you have an opportunity, when you open your eyes, just be grateful and just continue on the journey of your unique self.
Janell and I are always available. Contact us if there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want to share. We are always here to help in any capacity that we can, because we definitely want you to become your best self and becoming phenomenally who you are. And last but not least, we want to thank Krista for having us here today. It is our pleasure to be here. We are just grateful for the opportunity. You have always supported us and just been in our corner, and we are grateful for that, and we want you to ride this ride with us.
Yeah. And capturing the moments that we don't get to see or experience. So we appreciate you getting those, like, oh, I didn't see that person there, or I didn't get to hear what they had to say or whatever. So we appreciate everything that you do to help us.
You're so welcome. I love the Phenomenal Woman movement, and it's just great, and I'm rooting for you both. Yes. So thank you both for coming onto the show on Who's in the Mix, and there we have it.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Who's in the Mix. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained valuable insights from our incredible guests.